series of the pod Pêl-Fasged. My name's David Jones. I'm going to be your host. Week by week, we're going to hopefully be able to take you through all the best and brightest sparks from the sport across the country. Here for the first episode, I'm going to be talking to Funmi Oduwaiye, talking about everything that's been going on in her career and everything we can look forward to see in the coming months. Alright, so we're here for the first episode of the brand new series of the pod Pêl-Fasged. I'm here with Funmi. How are you doing today?
I am good. I'm alive, thank you. Yeah,
it's
what about you?
Good. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. Glad to get started on all of this, and I'm glad that you're the first person I get to talk to.
Yeah, gonna say.
It's going to be good. So let's get straight into it. So obviously you played for Wales a number of times.
Yeah.
I mean, how was that as an experience? How did it feel, and how much did it mean to you?
It was actually like amazing, to be honest. We got to travel to like loads of different places, like Gibraltar, Malta, loads of different places. My favorite probably being Malta. That was under 14s. It was like the boys and the girls that we all went to the same like basically event.
Right.
It's just like loads of fun memories, like connecting with each other as well. And then a lot of those players I got to play it like with in Archers as well. So, it was just good to be able to socialize with the people that I'm playing with like really well and become really good friends. Yeah.
So, was there like a pathway from Archers to Wales? Did that feel like a natural thing to happen?
Yes, it was actually. So it started off with me training at Archers, and then just them mentioning the Basketball Wales. They'll help you like get all the information about the trials, etc. And then you'll just show up to the trials. There's like a series of trials, and they'll let you know if you're in or not.
That's
basically.
Interesting. Yeah. So did you enjoy playing for Wales as much or more than you did playing for clubs and Archers and all that kind of stuff?
I think it was about the same because to be honest, no, actually, I might say, no, that's difficult actually, because obviously I was closer with the Archers girls,
of course,
but you would play a lot with like against the people from Basketball Wales, like in club, exactly. So it was just kind of like, I don't know, it was about the same because you'd see them anyway, kind of thing. So it's just
that's
about the same. Yeah,
that's interesting. So obviously you ended up playing for Wales, playing for Archers, but we're trying to grow the game every year in Wales. But when we were younger, basketball was really small here. Actually. So how did you get into it? Was it a family tie, you know?
So my dad used to he still is like well into basketball basically.
Oh, right.
Like literally wakes up at like 3 a.m. in the morning, watches NBA games.
He's like me.
Yeah. But he used to play basketball when he was younger. And then he was actually a coach for, I think he was under 20s men.
Right.
Like Wales men.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like years ago. I think he was an assistant coach.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's got a bit of coaching background as well. Then that kind of rubbed off onto my brother, my older brother, like 5 years older than me.
Okay. He
started playing basketball for Archers, and then I was like going to his games, etc., and then shooting at halftime and stuff like that. Yeah. And then one coach, her name's Joelle, she came up to me and gave me a leaflet saying like, do I want to come to like the sessions and stuff like that? I was like, yeah, why not? Okay. And then it started from there. So I just went to the first session, loved it, and carried on.
Wow, that's amazing. So, because your brother played and your dad coached, that ended up rubbing off on you. So, do you think you ever would have got into basketball if it wasn't for your dad and your brother? Then
that is a sticky question.
Right.
I don't know, actually.
It's tough, isn't it? Because if you don't have those family connections,
exactly.
At home, it's rough.
However, I was trying like a lot of different sports, as in.
Okay, so you were already sporty.
Yeah, at that time I was probably doing like rugby, netball, swimming, tennis, like a lot. Figure skating I used to do professionally as well.
That's crazy.
Yeah, ballet, like a lot of different stuff.
So I bet that helped when you got into basketball.
With the balance and everything and the jumping,
I can imagine. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Figure skating, you don't hear that often. Rugby and stuff, obviously, I'm fed up at hearing about. But figure skating's a new one.
Yeah.
every time I'm at Archers commentating, I can see you somewhere with a volunteer shirt on. So what's with that? Obviously, you still enjoy basketball and being around it and whatever, but I think you won Volunteer of the Year last year. I think I saw on Facebook. So how did that come along? How's that happening?
So again, like Archers is like from when I started, it was like a family kind of orientated thing. So it was a case of like, and I only live 5 minutes away, so it was like I'm always on campus anyway. It was a kind of thing of I always want to be there kind of thing. So and then it just started off with people asking me to do different stuff, little jobs and stuff, and I'd be more than happy to help. I can't really help myself, to be honest, but it just became a normal thing for me to help out with loads of different projects going on with basketball. So just helping out anywhere I can, to be honest.
What about coaching? Do you ever think you might want to go down that route anytime?
So I have been coaching.
Right.
So I have always been coaching under 8s and under 10s. That started like maybe 3 years ago.
Oh wow, how's that going?
Good. Yeah. So I also help assist with the pay and play down at St. David's College as well. With the under 14s boys.
Right.
It's never something I really wanted to do, to be honest. I'm one of those people, like, I don't like coaching or watching something that I'd rather be doing. Exactly. So it's never something like I looked at, but again, with the helping out kind of thing, I just like fell into it really. Right. And I've loved it since then. So yeah.
That's amazing. So your aspirations never really were coaching, but what were they and what are they now moving forward, if anything, in basketball?
So my aspirations were to go as far as I can with basketball.
Yeah.
The last time I played properly was like 2019. I went to European Championships. Got All-Star 5. And it was just from there I got loads of offers, like people like random countries contacting me, Serbia, Italy, like random places. And then I was talking to like some D1 colleges in America as well. So it was like even the other countries, they wanted me to come to their country for college, but I was like, let me finish A-levels first and then we'll go from there. But
so how old were you when you went to the Euros?
16.
You were 16 and the All-Star Euros.
Yeah.
Wow, what an achievement.
Thank you.
And you know, hearing all those things, we say like all these kind of random countries, but basketball in Serbia and Italy, especially nowadays, it's massive. It's their biggest sport in Serbia.
Yeah.
That must have been a wild feeling to be 16 at that point. So what were you doing for your A-levels then? What were you doing?
Oh, it's I finished.
Basketball talk.
Yeah, no. It was it's a weird roundabout. Okay, so
right.
I joined St. David's with doing maths, biology, chemistry, and PE. Okay. Then I dropped maths. It wasn't actually that hard, but it's just too much. It was too much because at St. David's it's compulsory to do Welsh back as well. So I was basically doing 5
I had to do
different
as well.
So I just dropped it because I was like, it's too much.
Yeah.
So then I was doing chemistry, biology, and PE.
Okay.
Then I went into hospital and had to drop out. So when I came back the next year, I realized that I needed a social science for the NCSA in America. Okay. Yeah. So I went in and I did chemistry, biology, and psychology. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How did those rate in comparison with the first one?
I mean, psychology is very interesting, actually. Yeah, I just don't like writing, reading, so that was completely the wrong subject to take, but it was like, it was the most interesting out of like the social sciences I could take. I used to do business GCSE, but I just guess it was, I don't know, kind of more towards the sciencey side, so I just chose that. but yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Chemistry's hard.
Yeah, you think?
But then I went in. I was still having like multiple surgeries, to the point where when I got to the end of the year doing exams, I had a surgery 3 days before a chemistry exam. I still passed, but I just knew I couldn't keep it up. So for A2, because this was COVID years as well, so the AS didn't really count for anything in A2. So chemistry, I don't think I would be able to keep it up, knowing that I would have more surgeries as well. So I went into AS because I did PE when I first joined. My teacher allowed me to do it for A2, so I just did the A2 of PE. So I went in and I did biology, psychology, and PE.
Right, you got me confused. Well, you said roundabout, but that was insane.
Yeah, and then that's what I finished with.
That's wild. Yeah. Okay, all right, interesting. Yeah. So back to basketball. Those were your aspirations, but now do you think you're ever going to get back into basketball ever? Do you think it's?
I mean, I've played a couple of games, but like not properly.
Yeah.
Still can't really run, to be honest. So, yeah, probably not.
No. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and that's why I just decided to start working again, to be honest.
Yeah. So what are you doing after work?
I've gotten into para athletics.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm doing pretty well with that as well.
Amazing.
To be honest. I started last year April around this time. Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm part of the Para Futures.
Well, hey.
Yeah, academy. So
unbelievable! I'm so happy for you that it's worked out elsewhere.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Track and field, I take it?
Yeah, shot put and discus.
Wow, yeah. Okay, shot put and discus.
Yeah. So my classification is 44.
Right.
I'm having my first comp in Coventry mid-April, so that will be fun as well.
All right, what competition is that?
It's the Coventry Spring Meet, so I'll have international classification there as well.
Interesting.
So that will just tell me which classification I'm in.
You get to be in.
Yeah, so I'll probably be F44, which is lower limb disability, but with the limb still.
Right, I see. Of course, all the classifications is so complex, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm just starting to get my head around it in wheelchair basketball. I can't even imagine track and field. Are there any, what do you say, transferable skills from your time playing basketball to now doing discus and shot put?
Yeah, definitely. I think, first of all, being able, just the athleticism in general,
just generally,
to be honest.
From being an active sporty person.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
And then I was always a center / power forward, so I was that strong player, so I'd always be working out, building muscle, etc., which is exactly what you need for discus and shot put. So that helped a lot.
Amazing. So without going any further, as long as you're okay to talk about it, and we brought it up a couple of times, being in hospital and surgeries and things, would you mind just walking us through what exactly happened with your injury? I know that it's a touchy subject, and I don't want to bring up any bad memories for you, but I don't think that we can see the full picture of you as a basketball player and your career, as short-lived as it may have been, without knowing exactly what happened and what came after.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, just
that's cool. So obviously, 2019 European Championships, All-Star 5, different offers from different places. Then that was around July. Then December, Friday the 13th.
You remember?
December. 2019, I went in for knee surgery. It's called a distal femur osteotomy. So that's these scars here.
Right.
I went in. I was meant to be staying for one night. 3-month recovery each leg, and then that would be me going back into basketball, just continuing with the rest of my life. However, there was an artery damage, so that caused me loads of different issues, and then I developed something called compartment syndrome. So from my knee down was swelling to the point it was about to explode. So they had to do fasciotomies, which is I'll show the camera. It's this scar here goes all the way down, and then I've got one on the other side as well.
Okay.
So they cut me open basically, and drained me for a week. I think it was around a week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Long procedure.
Yeah, basically. So it's cool. So I had like loads of different surgeries to stitch them up, etc., to fix the arteries, etc. So I had like 5 surgeries in the space of 2 weeks whilst I was in hospital.
And you're 16 at this time. 17.
I was 16, yeah, in an adult hospital as well.
Oh my god! The parents, I bet they were in bits.
Yeah, they were distraught, especially with like obviously my dad loving basketball and then seeing all that, like knowing that I was gonna have a big future in basketball, and then seeing all that, it wasn't helping. Then my mum is a very emotional person in the first place. She had to stay with me. Yeah, literally, she had to stay with me in hospital the whole time, and I was like in severe pain, like
I'm so sorry,
extreme pain. So I wouldn't be able to sleep properly, etc., or do anything properly, really. Even speak. There was a time where I wasn't able to like. I'm still struggling now. Sometimes you see me stutter.
Okay.
So.
So that's from that.
Yeah. So I obviously going under anesthesia like 5 times in 2 weeks is not good for your head.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And then and then all the medication. I was at some point like on 12 pills like a day, 3 times a day. So like all of that, it messed with my head basically.
Right.
So
okay.
I wasn't able to speak or understand people really well, or read or write or anything, to the point where I wasn't even like able to watch anything on Netflix or anything like that to keep myself busy. So I was just there. But I'm better now, so that's an upside.
Yeah.
So that was December 2019. Then I had another one the next year in 2020. That they went through the back again, so I've got this huge S-shaped back from a scar from like the middle of my thigh to like the middle of my calf.
Right.
To like, it was like an exploratory surgery, so it was to see if they could fix the nerve or anything like that.
Okay.
Then I had another one, which was this knee, the distal femur osteotomy for this knee. This one went well, which is good.
Okay.
Then I also had my most recent one was a calf release, so I couldn't put my heel on the floor basically. It was like, it was, yeah.
I'm so sorry, just hearing you rattle off all of these.
Yeah, it was like, there's loads of different things really. There was loads. So I had like, I think it was like 9 or 10 surgeries in the past 3 years to try and fix it. And I'm still, I'm still doing para-athletics for a reason. But, I think it might have been for a reason, to be honest. Yeah. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Like, yeah, especially me being like a strong Christian, I believe that like if one door was closed, then another one will open. So I guess this is that door.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, has your faith helped you get through that, would you say?
Most definitely. Yeah. Like in the hospital as well, I'd ask my parents to just read Psalms to me, and like just like that's all I could all I wanted to hear really. So yeah.
Well, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Such a traumatic journey.
Yeah.
I bet it's really shaped you and who you are.
Yeah, exactly. It's just made me stronger. Realizing that first of all, don't stress yourself about life. Really, really just let it flow.
All the things I worry about instantly seem so small to me. Yeah.
So. Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle, especially going through all of that, trying to finish A-levels. So I'm on a gap year now. I had to go back a year. I had to drop out that first year.
Of course, I can't imagine you'd ever be able to keep up with anything. Yeah, of course.
Then I finished, so that was 3 years of A-levels. Now I'm on my gap year, so I'm a bit like behind.
Yeah. Okay.
But hopefully September I'll be going to uni. But it's just about, things will slot into place. You'll get to the place you want to be. Or the place that you're meant to be eventually. So just let it run its course,
Yeah. So university next. Have you got a short list? Have you got places you've applied to or been
that's
if you don't want to talk about
it's cool. That's the sticky thing for me right now because I got into Greenwich Uni.
Okay.
For paramedical science. Greenwich Uni, I'm not gonna say too much.
Yeah, of course.
But my parents don't want me to go there.
Okay, interesting. Greenwich is a nice area, but I can't university.
Then I applied for paramedical science, but I don't think I'd be able to do it because I don't think I'd pass the health checks to be able to become a paramedic, basically.
Right, of course.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to reevaluate. I'm looking at human physiology.
Okay.
But I'll probably apply to Bristol.
Yeah,
for that. So
great city to live in as well.
Exactly.
Absolutely, good vibes in Bristol. Every time I go
Yeah.
there, it's a great place. Okay, so, and are you going there to continue in athletics?
Yeah. So I'll probably there's 3 different unis that I was looking at to go to for human physiology because they're the only 3 unis that do it properly, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was also looking at Swansea, but they do like cardiac physiology only rather than
and that's not something that interests you so much.
Well, it does, but I want to be able to do the whole like human physiology rather than just cardiac, rather than just heart.
You don't want to be so specialized.
Exactly.
Okay.
So there was Manchester Met, Leeds and Bristol, and obviously here is my training ground, Cardiff Met. So Bristol would be the easiest.
Sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So just looking at that now.
That's interesting.
Hopefully.
Well, fab. So, with you doing the athletics, was this a completely new venture, or had you had any experience whilst you were playing basketball?
So I did it for like high school.
Right.
I did it in high school. Like you don't really train. You just
Yeah,
went
no,
to the comp and just did it.
Just pee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And I was pretty good at it then.
So you're just a natural athlete,
I guess. But so I did that. Stopped.
Okay.
I was more concentrating on like football and then basketball.
Yeah.
Then how I got into para athletics was one of my teammates' husband. Her name's Ruth.
Okay.
The husband's name is Stephen Thomas.
Yeah,
sorry.
you got there. It's all right.
Stephen Thomas. Sorry. I always say like Anthony Hughes instead. I don't know why, but he's like he was the like pedestal of disability sport wheels, but he unfortunately passed away like the last day of last year. But he brought me up to in para-athletics. Like he's the person that like made me. Yeah, exactly. He made me. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. Basically, he's the one who like created and owned like basically disability sport wheels, which supports me like a lot through this journey that I basically go through them. So but back to the story. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
Stephen Thomas. He's a Paralympian as well.
Yeah.
So he did rowing, and I think it was a winter sport. I think it was skiing. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. No, but he put me in touch with Anthony Hughes.
Right.
Who is like the owner basically, and I met him, and then I also met my coach Josh Clark on the same day, and then he
day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So after that we just started training, went to my first competition like maybe like 2-3 weeks into
3 weeks competing.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure I won. So I won a lot of competitions last year.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you're really unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it is. It's quite a shock, to be honest. I'm still not used to. People always ask me like, why do I say all the stuff that I'm achieving like so casually? It's because I don't know. I just I feel like I don't know. Actually, it just is what it is. Like I don't think I don't really like deep it too much.
Yeah.
With the discus and shot put, if I threw the distances, if I was internationally classified last year and I threw like world championships or something like that, then the distances I threw would have placed me 3rd in the world for shot put in my classification.
3rd in the world?
Yeah, and 5th in the world for discus.
In what? Year 2, year 3 of...
No, year 1. Yeah. So hopefully
you're way too humble about this. You need to start flexing a bit more.
And it was actually unfortunate because if I had put my name forward on time, if I knew I was this good on time, then I probably would have gone to Commonwealth Games. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So we're gonna see you at an Olympics at some point.
Hopefully.
Is that the goal?
So my goal for this year is World Championships in Paris.
Yeah.
And then obviously next year is Paralympics in Paris as well. So those are my two goals.
Right,
but
right.
we'll see what happens.
That'll be unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, just want to go outside of sport entirely, just from seeing things on social media, and we were chatting before about where you're going after this.
Yeah.
You're doing some modelling as well.
Yeah.
So they say get a girl that can do both. You're an athlete and a model. So how did that come about?
So I was actually modelling is nothing I've ever thought of. It's nothing I like. Same with athletics, really. Like I knew I didn't want to do athletics. When I was doing basketball, basically.
Yeah.
When I was able to do basketball. Same with modelling. It never really appealed to me.
Okay.
As like even a side job or anything.
Yeah.
But I was in Nando's minding my business. This was 2021, I think.
Okay. 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think so. Or almost, yeah. Almost 2021 October. I was in Nando's minding my business. And then as soon as I walked in, like I saw these guys on another table, like just look at me weird. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Honestly, I just want to come and eat in peace. Like, why are you looking at me like that? Then I sat down, ate with my friends. We were gonna go and watch a basketball match. Okay. It was it's an annual event, like it's a Wales v USA Select. Okay. Yeah, so it was around that time. We were gonna go to Nando's, go and walk to Savannah Gardens, watch that after. Okay. So as soon as we got up, they got up as well. I was like, oh gosh, what's going on here? And then they're like, we're from a modelling agency. We literally just finished our scouting today. But you and your friend have the exact look that we need. So like, can we get your Instagram? And then we just got in contact from there, and then just happened from there.
So even modelling kind of came from basketball. Yeah. But really came from just going to Nando's.
Yeah, honestly.
Honestly. So, okay, so they asked for your Instagram. What happens next? They sign to their agency? Yeah. Well,
we had a few meetings, and then I signed a 3-month contract to see, first of all, how it would go, and that went well. Then January last year, I signed a 12-month one. Wow. So that's over now, but like I'm still with the agency, basically. Okay. It just happened like that. It was
That's wild.
Very off the cuff, yeah.
That's wild. So let me just make sure I'm getting this completely right. So Wales international basketball player, Euro starting 5, 3rd in the world, kind of, in shot put, 5th in discus. Yeah. Model.
Yeah. And basketball coach.
And basketball coach. And you're about to head off to university.
Yeah. Everything is going on.
It's an unbelievable story. And you're still so young, and you've got so many years ahead to get even better in all these things. I mean, it must be crazy to kind of think of how much has happened in such a short span of the past few years. Because it seems like this all happened in this short.
Yeah, exactly. So literally everything has happened in the past 3-4 years.
Unbelievable.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, just go with life. Like, things will come at you. You just have to run with them. Try them if you want. Mm-hmm. There's no harm in trying different stuff, and if they work out for you. You know. Yeah. So.
And so many of these things seem to have stemmed from you actually playing basketball.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Which is crazy. So people who are maybe a bit hesitant about getting into basketball or giving it a try, all the people involved in basketball all have their hands in so many other things, and they're all really athletic and sports-driven people. So even for you, where maybe now you can't play basketball anymore, that's led to other opportunities outside of that. So that's really, really interesting. Yeah. Unbelievable. Well, it's been absolutely amazing to talk to you, Funmi. Always want to sit down and talk to you. No matter where the cameras are, you're always welcome at my house on a different shaped sofa. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for doing this. This is the first episode of the new series. I'm so proud to be able to say that I've done it with you. Just before we go, Junior NBA, that's the next time I'm going to see you in Junior Aberystwyth. And they've just announced the Junior WNBA is coming in Wales. Have you got anything to say about that?
So that's coming in June.
Yeah.
I'll be there. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
Absolutely.
As along with the finals as well.
Yeah.
It's happening in June, so that would be exciting. That's happening in Aberystwyth.
Yeah.
So even that one came kind of off the cuff. I was just asked by John Bunyan to help out, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
You kind of became the face of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so hopefully carrying on with that this year.
So any media stuff that you want to go into after that?
I've been asked actually multiple times, but it's I'm not too sure.
That's fine.
Obviously that
I'm
would
not
help.
insulted.
No,
it's all right.
obviously that would help with the modelling as well.
Yeah, of course.
It's again not a career that I thought of. It's very welcome, but it's nothing I want to force. I don't want to force.
Okay, so you're not going to chase it.
Yeah, exactly. But if it happens, it happens. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, we'll look into that, I guess.
Absolutely.
But yeah, if it comes, it comes. I'd be happy to do something like that.
Yeah.
There was even a point in time where I was going to start my own YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Just content creators.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of stuff?
Just everyday life. I had a whole list of notes of different content ideas I could do. I had made my intro, outro, everything. I was literally about to do it. I just don't know why I didn't, to be honest. But yeah, just
we need to see that. We need to see that.
But yeah, hopefully it'll just come in time, I guess. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, everything else seems to be falling into place for you, so there's no reason to think that it won't. So yes, we'll see you in June in Aberystwyth for the Junior NBA Finals, and you'll see me again in a couple of weeks. And next time I'm going to be talking with Steph Collins, head coach of the Archers WBBL side. Please leave a like and a comment for anyone that you want me to talk to from across Wales, anyone involved in basketball, anyone you particularly want to see, any topics you want to see covered. Please give this a share across all your social media platforms, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for checking in with the pod Pêl-Fasged.
Thank you.